I lost everything, then found myself. I had $13 in my bank account, a stack of unpaid bills, and no idea how I'd feed my kid the next day. But that was the moment I stopped surviving and started rebuilding. I never thought I'd be the person who had to choose between gas in the car and food on the table. But life doesn't ask for permission when it knocks you down. Just 2 years ago, I had what most people would call a normal life. I worked as a project coordinator for a mid-sized tech firm. Decent salary, modest apartment, a used but reliable car, and a 5-year-old son who gave my life meaning. I wasn't rich, but we were okay. We were surviving. Then everything unraveled. It started with layoffs. The company had been downsizing quietly for months, but I thought I was safe. I was experienced, hardworking, and I'd just led a successful product rollout. But none of that mattered when the bottom line was bleeding. I remember sitting in the HR office listening to words like restructuring and severance float past my ears like smoke I couldn't hold on to. Just like that, my job and my stability was gone. I told myself it was temporary. I applied for jobs, dozens every day. Weeks passed, then months. My savings, what little I had, began to shrink. Rent was still due. My son still needed to eat. I picked up odd jobs, delivering groceries, assembling furniture for strangers, babysitting for neighbors. It helped, but it wasn't enough. Then the eviction notice came. That piece of paper hit harder than any breakup, any loss I'd felt before. I had failed. I had a child depending on me, and I couldn't even provide him with a roof over his head. That night, I sat on the bathroom floor, lights off, tears falling so silently I almost couldn't feel them. I've never felt so low, so hollow, but rock bottom has a strange way of speaking to you. In the silence, you hear the truth. I wasn't lazy. I wasn't worthless. I was exhausted, overwhelmed, and scared. But I was still standing, and that had to count for something. The next day, I made a decision. No more waiting for a perfect job or ideal moment. I had a laptop, internet access at the public library, and skills. I could write. I knew a bit of design, and I understood systems. So I started small. I created a profile on a freelancing site and offered to write product descriptions for $10 a pop. It was humiliating at first. I was overqualified and underpaid. But I kept showing up. One client became two. $10 gigs turned into 20. Then a $100 project came through, a blog post series for a startup. I poured my soul into that job. They loved it. They referred me to another company. Suddenly I had momentum. I moved us into a shared house, just a single bedroom and a kitchen we shared with two other families. Humble, yes, but safe, warm, hours. I hustled every day during school hours. I used free tools to upskill, watched YouTube tutorials on copywriting, SEO, branding. I taught myself how to pitch better, how to build a portfolio, how to price my work without apology. 6 months later, I was making more money as a freelancer than I had at my corporate job. And I was doing it on my terms. But here's the thing, no one tells you about hitting bottom. When you come back up, you're different. I no longer measure success by income or job title. I measure it by peace of mind, by bedtime stories read without worry clawing at the back of my head, by knowing my son sees me not as someone who gave up, but someone who fought back. Now I share my story because I know there's someone out there scrolling through videos, wondering how they'll make it through another week. To that person, let me say this. You are not your bank balance. You are not your eviction notice. You are not your worst day. You are the quiet strength that gets up one more time. You are the love you give your children even when your heart is breaking. You are capable of rebuilding, brick by brick. My name is Jordan. I lost everything. But in the process, I found out who I really am. And trust me, that's worth everything. If this story touched you, subscribe to Life in Digit for more real, raw, and inspiring life stories. And remember, you're not alone in this.